Hello, it's Friday night. Oh, some people don't like that word hello because they think that you're sending them to hell, but I don't agree with that. It's a form of greeting like mushi mushi or shalom. Okay, so I'm looking through some of my notes here. Do you guys ever like take a gazillion notes and then it's so convoluted? What do you guys do with your notes? Do you put them on your computer? Do you organize them and put them in, certain, I mean, you could write a book with all these notes. It's like that. It's a little bit much, I would say. So I wanted to look up some things here. Well, let's look up the USC codes, I guess. Okay, there's a lot that we could look up, right? Have you guys ever thought about looking up any USC codes? Let's, let me see. How do we start? Well, you can go on your search engine like Safari or Firefox or whatever it is that you use. And then you just type in the search or enter the website name. Let's see, we're going to go with, let's look up 28 USC. I want to read specifically 1335. I have some of these things that I've written down, meaning, hey, I'm going to go and look at them and see what up. But then I don't get to it. So let me just go there. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as soon as I get on there. And it's possible that my computer is going slow. Share screen. Okay, here we go. I wonder which screen you guys can see because I kind of want to do this. Can you see this? I'm hoping so. So let me just read this 28 US code subsection 1335 interpleader. Let's just see what this is about, okay? Because I wrote this down and I don't even know what it's about. Let's see what it is. A, the district courts shall have original jurisdiction. Oh, of any civil action. Oh, I did learn something this week. If you do not have an address, they don't have jurisdiction. And this is Roman civil law mixed with commerce. So we don't necessarily want to be going into their cult, black-robed cult of justice, the goddess of the pagan goddess of just them. So let me just read this. The district courts, that's in a district, by the way, shall have original jurisdiction of any civil action of interpleader or in the nature of interpleader filed by any person, firm or corporation, association, or society having in his or its custody or possession money or property of the value of $500 or more, or having issued a note, bond, certificate, policy of insurance, or other instrument of value or amount of $500 or more, or providing for the delivery or payment or the loan of money or property of such amount of value, or being under any obligation, written or unwritten, to the amount of $500 or more. If, number one, two or more adverse claimants of diverse citizenship, as defined in subsection A or D, of section 1332 of this title are claiming or may claim to be entitled to such money or property, or to any one or more of the benefits arising by virtue of any note, bond, certificate, policy, or other instrument, or arising by virtue of any such obligation. And if, number two, the plaintiff has deposited such money or property, or has paid the amount of, or the loan, or other value of such instrument, or the amount due under such obligation into the registry of the court, there to abide the judgment of the court, or has given bond payable to the clerk of the court in such amount and with such surety as the court or judge may deem proper, conditioned upon the compliance. Did you hear that word? Compliance. Volunteer. By the plaintiff with the future order or judgment of the court with respect to the subject matter of the controversy. Remember, we learned about subject matter. I think it was in the Carlton Weiss number 5 reading. They talked about subject matter and how the courts have jurisdiction over their franchises, because that's what this is, franchise. Yeah. So here, B, such an action may be entertained, because it's a show, although the titles or claims of the conflicting claimants do not have a common origin or are not identical, but are adverse to and independent of one another. All right, let's look at another USC code. Let's look up 27 USC. So you go up here and you go 27 USC. Yeah, this is a fun thing. Friday night fun night. This is a fun thing to do, is look up what all this stuff means. We could do a fun game. I love Bible trivia. If anybody gets on, we can do a game. Okay, this is all right, so while I got accidentally cut off, I looked at my Bible trivia game. Oh, I forgot. I am getting a little distracted. Yes, I am. I was just booted off my own video just now. Something's going on. Oh, might have too much stuff on here, but let's see. Share screen. We were looking up 28 USC. Okay. Do you see it? Did I go there? I think we're going to go to the 27 now because we just read the 28. So let's see if it'll take us there. Meaning of terms. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Let's just go there, shall we? Let's play school. You know, when I was a little girl, I think, how old was I? 6th grade. All the little neighborhood kids, they were like latchkey type of kids. So was I. So while our parents were, you know, working and coming home from work, I would get out the chalkboard and we'd go into the garage and I would play school and I was the teacher. Apparently I like to do that. Even if I don't know what I'm doing. Isn't that funny? I'm doing the same thing. All right, so 27 CFR. Hey, this is something different. Why was I was going to USC. USC is different than CFR. Code of Federal Regulations is different than United States Code, isn't it? But now that we're here, let's just take a look at it. Let's see what it is. Meaning of terms. That's always a good thing. Don't you want to know what the meaning of terms are? As used in this part, unless the context otherwise requires, terms shall have the meanings ascribed in this section. Words in the plural form shall include the singular and vice versa. And words importing the masculine gender shall include the feminine. Okay, so you're globbing it all together, I see. The terms includes and including do not exclude things, meaning get outside, things not enumerated, which are in the same general class. Enumerated, does that have to do with numbers? I think so. ATF officer, an officer or employee of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Oh, Al Capone. That's what happened to him. ATF duly authorized to perform any function relating to the administration or enforcement of this part. A, appraised value. The value placed upon seized property. That sounds great. Or carriers by the appraiser. Hey, Omi, how you doing? I'm reading over some definitions right here. So we go, appraised value is the value placed upon seized property or carriers by the appraiser or appraisers designated for the purpose of determining whether the property or carriers may be forfeited administratively. Yeah, we don't want things to be forfeited administratively, but that's the appraised value. Carrier, a vessel, vehicle, or aircraft seized under 49 USC Chapter 11 for having been used to transport, carry, or conceal a contraband firearm or contraband cigarettes. Wow, can you imagine that? Contraband cigarettes. Hey, we're going to take your car or your aircraft. That must be a whole bunch. It's probably not just a pack, right? I don't know. Vessels, vehicles, or aircraft seized under other provisions of applicable laws shall be considered personal property. Vessels, vehicles, or aircraft seized under other provisions of applicable laws shall be considered personal property. Interesting. Hey, here's another definition. Commercial crimes. Any of the following types of crimes, federal or state, offenses against the revenue laws, burglary, counterfeiting, forgery, kidnapping, larceny, robbery, illegal sale, or possession of deadly weapons, prostitution, including soliciting, procuring, pandering, white slaving, keeping house of ill fame, and like offense, extortion, swindling, and confidence games. Oh, I don't know what that is. And attempting to commit, conspiring to commit, or compounding any of the foregoing crimes, addiction to narcotic drugs, and use of marijuana will be treated as if it were a commercial crime. Interesting. Oh, here we go. Contraband cigarettes. Any quantity of cigarettes in excess of 60,000. Oh, okay, I gotcha. If A, the cigarettes bear no evidence of the payment of applicable state cigarette taxes in the state where the cigarettes are found. B, the state in which the cigarettes are found requires a stamp, impression, or any other indication placed on packages or any other containers of cigarettes to evidence payment of cigarette taxes. And C, the cigarettes are in possession of any person other than any person who is, 1, holding a permit issued under 26 USC Chapter 52 as a manufacturer of tobacco products or as an export warehouse proprietor. So I do remember when they had Al Capone. I believe it was around the time of where they were banning alcohol, and then this, I think it was ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I think it was the taxes that he was selling the alcohol and stuff. That's how they got him. It wasn't through, I don't know. People are always using that. It's because of your income taxes or whatever, but I believe I heard that it was through that. Did you ever hear that, Omi? Did you ever hear people saying it was that Al Capone, he ended up in prison because he didn't pay his taxes? I think it had to do with this, because he was doing alcohol. during the, I don't know, was it the 20s when they had that contraband going on? Are you muted, Omi? Are you talking today? You can unmute if you want. If you want, you don't have to talk. But hey, I always appreciate another person. There you are. Hi. I can hear you. How you doing, Ami? Thanks for joining me.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was just looking through all my notes that I have here. And I don't know, maybe you have stuff like this too. A whole bunch of notes. And I thought I'm going to break it down and go over some of those USC codes and CFRs. And I just thought I would see what they mean, because a lot of times when you're in a Zoom or a meeting or something, people throw these codes around and you're like, oh, well, I don't know what that is. And I always mean to go look it up. And I figured, well, this is a good time. It's a Friday night, fun night. Might as well. Could play a game. Do you like to play games? I haven't played a game in a long time. And I found this Bible trivia game over here. I was hoping if anybody wanted to get on it, we'll see how much we know. But anyways, I just decided to go ahead and just start reading some of these codes. Do you have any that you've been looking at any or researching on your own? I know that someone told me today about 12 USC, that we should read that. 12 USC. Section 411. Let's look at that one. Let's see what that is. Okay, here we go. Hey, issuance to reserve banks. Nature of obligation. Title 12, banks and banking. Okay. Since I don't do any, alcohol and cigarette and firearm runs, maybe this one right here might be more something that would, pertain to me. 12 USC code 411, issuance to reserve banks, nature of obligation, redemption. Hey, got our cool here. Federal Reserve notes to be issued at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System for the purpose of making advances to Federal Reserve banks through the Federal Reserve agents. Oh, as hereinafter set forth and for no other purpose are authorized. What? Did you guys see that? I'm going to read it again. This is about cash, about Federal Reserve notes, the stuff, the green stuff in your wallet. It says it's to be issued at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System for the purposes of making advances to Federal Reserve banks through the Federal Reserve agents. Are you guys a Federal Reserve agent? As hereinafter set forth, and for no other purpose are authorized. Whoa, do you think that they have made it? Yeah, I think so. Don't you guys think that they've made us Federal Reserve agents? I mean, in a way, it's by default, don't you think? Because if we sign our name at the bank when we get a bank account, I think we're the authorized representative. I think they have made us their Federal Reserve agents. What do you think? Because it says it right here. For no other purpose are authorized. So are we, I mean, come on. Either we're authorized or we're not. Are we the authorized representative? We are. So if we've been handling those Federal Reserve notes, it says it right here. What does it say? It says it's in the system for the purpose of making advances to Federal Reserve banks through the Federal Reserve agents as hereinafter set forth and for no other purpose are authorized. what do you guys think about that? That's kind of interesting. Let me go on. The said notes shall be obligations of the United States. Oh yeah, we know that. And shall be receivable by all national and member banks. Do we have a member bank? And Federal Reserve banks, and for all taxes, customs, and other public dues. Public, interesting. They shall be redeemed in, oh, here we go. This is what it is right here. They shall be redeemed. How do you redeem them? In lawful money. What's lawful money? On demand at the Treasury Department of the United States in the city of Washington, District of Columbia, or at any Federal Reserve Bank. Well, that's kind of interesting, don't you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Do you have any comments, any thoughts about what I just read right there? Anybody want to comment on that? It says that those Federal Reserve notes shall be redeemed in lawful money on demand at the Treasury Department of the United States in the city of Washington District. I mean, it's supposed to be dollar for dollar, right? But what up, because we don't have silver and gold? I mean, obviously, that's the whole thing about this HJR 192. Let me look at the notes here. Let me just scroll down for a second and see if there's any more. Yeah, that's a really short one, isn't it? It sure is. That's really short. It's just a little paragraph. So let's look at the notes and see, what does it say on the notes? Here we go. Phrase hereinafter set forth is from section 16 of the Federal Reserve Act, December 23rd, 1913. Reference probably means as set forth in section 17 at sec of the Federal Reserve Act. For classification of these sections to the code, see the tables. Yeah, I don't know what the tables they're talking about. There's the codification. Section is comprised of the first part of section 16, parts 2 to 5, 6, formally 7 to 10, 8 to 11 respectively, 12, formally 13. Oh, they moved them. 13, formally 14, and 14 to 16, formally 15, 16, 17, 18, respectively. So they're moving all this stuff around. It's good to know that it's in the notes section. If we ever have to find something, go look in the notes and you'll see where they moved everything to. That's good to know. Wow. Are classified to sections 412, 415, 416. So many numbers, it can make a person dizzy, huh? Interesting. So all this is so legalese, huh? Hey, what does this say right here? 1934 Act, January 30th, 1934, struck out from last sentence provision permitting redemption in gold. That's interesting. So we can't ask for a dollar for dollar from the Federal Reserve Bank redemption in gold because it's not backed by gold. That's correct. Interesting, huh? Change name of Federal Reserve Board to board. Let me look at this. Let's look at this board definition. Sometimes these blue hyperlinks, they let us know the definition of a word here. The term banks, national bank, National Banking Association, member bank, board, district, and reserve bank shall have the meanings assigned to them in sections 221 of this title. So they called it a board, you know, like when you're on the board Board of Supervisors. But the definition here says banks, National Bank, National Banking Association, member bank. So board, district, hey, I've heard that word before, district. Are they talking about banks? Yeah, they are talking about banks. Hey, Arkul. Arkul is here. We can start now. Got to mute one of the things. There you go. Otherwise you get feedback. I've tried that before. So we're just looking up some definitions, and I was looking up some, what I was telling Omi is that I have a whole bunch of notes, like notebooks, a whole bunch of them with a whole bunch of notes. And sometimes, you know, we're listening to somebody talking or someone explaining something, and you just hear that code and you're like, oh, I better look that up. So I was just looking at some of my notes and I thought, all right, I should probably look up some of these so that I know what they're talking about. So that's what I'm doing right now. We just looked at 12 USC 411, and that's the one that's kind of based upon the mullahs, you know, with that HJR 192. All right, let me see.
Did you see the code I put in the group?
No, what is it? Tell me, I'll put it up here. Do you have it?
28 US code
USC
2672. Yeah, 2672.
72. Let's look up that and see what that one. Oh, administrative adjustment of claims. That sounds good. Let's see what that is. Okay, so the head of each federal agency or his designee, in accordance with regulations prescribed by the Attorney General, may consider, ascertain, adjust, determine, compromise, and settle any claim. Ooh, that sounds great. For money. Damages against the United States for injury or a loss of property. Ooh, I like this one. This one's sounding really good. Or personal injury or death caused by the negligent or wrongful act or omission of an employee of the agency while acting within the scope of his office or employment under circumstances where the United States, if a private person, would be liable to the claimant in accordance with the law of the place where the act or omission occurred, provided that any award, compromise, settlement in excess of $25,000 shall be effected only with the prior written approval of the Attorney General or his designee. Wow. So we could be talking to the Attorney General if we got on like a, you think? Hey, isn't there an insurance company called the General? Isn't there something like, it's like a cartoon? Like a car insurance. The General.
Now look at code 2675.
All right. Well, we didn't finish this. We didn't finish this, but other people can look up these things. That was 28 US code 2672 administrative adjustment of claims. I might need to look into that one. I can't find my let me see. You know my little bar up here because I got my thing in the way. Let me just try to get in there. Use reader automatically. Reader websites preferences. I don't know how to get up here. All right. Nope. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get to my little, the reason why I can't get to this thing is because this thing is in the way. Okay, I found it. What did you say it was?
You know what all you got to do is hit next a couple times on the top of the screen.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me try that. Was it right next to each other? Yeah, my computer.
Your internet's acting up on you.
My computer is definitely going slow. I think I have too many videos.
Yeah, it says previous and next.
Did you say it was 28 USC? Reports to Congress, or is there another? Keep going. Should I keep going? What was the number?
2675. Yeah, just two. Just two, like
Oh.
2 or 3.
Let me go previous then.
You know, that was so at 72.
Let's see if I can get on.
No, back. Well, I don't know what
Tell me
year.
the number again and I'll see if I can get on here. Oh, I can't get to that little piece.
2675.
Oh, then it would be previous. Because this is 28. Darn it.
Well, no, because that's 2672. It'd be next.
Oh, you're
Next,
talking
next,
about
next.
28. Oh, I gotcha. All
Yeah,
right.
the little previous, the next thing,
Oh, okay.
and on the page itself.
2672, did you say? Because this one skipped to 2676. Judgment as bar.
You know, then just go previous ones.
All right, 2677. What number did you say it was? 26 something? What number did you say it was?
75.
Oh, right here. This one?
2675.
All right, we're here then. 28
Yeah,
US
that's
Code
it.
2672, disposition by federal agency as prerequisite evidence. A, an action shall not be instituted upon a claim, against the United States for money damages for injury or loss of property or personal injury or death caused by the negligent or wrongful act or omission of any employee of the government while acting within the scope of his office or employment. Isn't that like a driver? Anyone who has a driver's license? I think so. Unless, I mean, seriously, don't you guys know about that?
Yeah, you're gonna have to like the first part of it is real confusing. I'm taking that is there cannot be any retaliation against a claim. You know, I had to read that a couple times.
Well, just from looking at this, remember that employee of the government, you know, when you are signing your driver's license and you're apparently employed because you applied for a job with the DMV, and you're a driver acting within the scope of your office or employment. Yeah, I want to consider that as well. All right, so unless the claimant shall have first presented the claim to the appropriate federal agency. Oh, okay, so they're going to hide from us. We don't know which appropriate federal agency is supposed to apply it to. And his claim shall have been finally denied by the agency in writing and sent by certified or registered mail. The failure of an agency to make final disposition of a claim within 6 months after it is filed shall at the option of the claimant and at any time thereafter be deemed a final denial of the claim for purposes of this section. The provisions of this subsection shall not apply to such claims as may be asserted under federal rules of civil procedure by a third-party complaint, cross-claim, or counterclaim. This is good information right here. I like.
How about our unanswered letters?
I didn't hear you. The unanswered letters? Yeah.
How about our unanswered letters?
Exactly. Looks like we have 6 months until the time that we filed. And as long as we do it with a certified or registered mail, right here, see that?
I did.
Good. It says the failure of an agency to make final disposition of a claim within 6 months after it is filed shall at the option of the claimant anytime thereafter be deemed a final denial of the claim for purposes of this section. The provisions of this subsection shall not apply to such claims as may be asserted under the federal rules of civil procedure by third-party complaint, cross-claim, or counterclaim. Okay, so B, action under this section shall not be instituted for any sum in excess of the amount of the claim presented to the federal agency, except where the increased amount is based upon newly discovered evidence not reasonably discoverable at the time of presenting the claim to the federal agency, or upon allegation and proof of intervening facts relating to the amount of the claim. Mhm. And here's C, disposition of any claim by the Attorney General or other head of federal agency shall not be competent evidence of liability or amount of damages. So what do you think that last one means? Disposition of any claim by the Attorney General or other head of federal agency shall not be competent evidence of liability or amount of damages. What do you think that part means? Are cool. Do you know? Do you know what C means?
Shall not be competent evidence of liability or amount of damages. Should not be.
Disposition of any claim by the Attorney General. So is the Attorney General making a claim? Disposition. We're gonna have to look at that word disposition just because, you know.
Yeah, we'll have to look up disposition.
Disposition, because I know what being in position means, but disposition is another story.
A person's inherent qualities of mind and character. Your sunny disposition. Away. I guess we would have to look in Black's Law on that.
Omi, do you have any Black's Law dictionary on you?
No, the way something is placed or arranged, especially in relation to other things.
Or the Attorney General or other head of federal agencies.
Maybe I could look it up.
Be competent evidence. Shall not be competent evidence of liability or amount of damages. I don't know. So you posted this in the group, and did it have anything to do with you sending a letter and not getting
I posted 72. I posted 72.
Oh, 2672?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying when you truncate. Say the whole entire thing so I can understand you, because I don't understand when you truncate the numbers. Did you say that you posted?
Pardon me?
Did you say that you posted 2672? Repeat what you said.
Yeah, I think your internet's failing a little. That's probably why.
Okay.
2672.
Okay, I didn't hear
Put it
that.
in the chat.
Yeah, okay, I didn't hear that. And are you talking about the chat that we have here on this? Because I wasn't able to look at it. Oh,
yeah.
I see that now. I see that people are chatting in the chat, and I did not know because I was reading the stuff, but sometimes I'll need somebody to tell me that, because didn't I know, hey, I finally just got my address bar now. I don't know what happened. That's weird, but it went away. So you're saying 28 USC 2672 is what you had originally posted in the chat? All right, well, let's take a look at that. Oh, administrative adjustment of claims. Did we do that one already or no?
That's the one you were reading previously to this. Yeah, you read it just before this one.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
You're freezing, I think, a little bit.
Okay. I don't remember reading this. I really don't. I don't remember seeing that $25,000 thing. I guess I'll go ahead and read it again. And if I listen.
Yeah, you just read. Yeah, you just read.
Really? Let me just, Roto-Root in my brain then, because
Suppose.
I don't remember this. The head of each federal agency or his designee, in accordance with regulations prescribed by the Attorney General, may consider, ascertain, adjust, determine, compromise, and settle any claim for money. Oh, okay, yeah, now I remember. Damages against the United States for injury or loss of property. Oh yeah, I remember this now. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I did read this. Now I remember. Cool. Yay. Provided that, yeah, Attorney General or his designee. So are we supposed to maybe send, if that company, your bank, when you sent them something, are we supposed to be sending something to the Attorney General to say, hey, this, so such and such did not return my point by point affidavit? Is that what this means here, that we're supposed to be sending something to the Attorney General?
That's a hilarious question, because I actually did send that letter to the Attorney General pointing out the crimes that were being done on my loan, and I never got a reply from him. So
Whoa. And
how do I report their crimes? I'm supposed to
Oh.
report the crime to them.
I know, sometimes I feel like, let me
You know
see.
what I'm trying to say? I
Yeah, it's
mean,
like- It's like, wait, I got to go to the mafia to complain about the mafia. That's how I feel sometimes.
exactly. Yeah. You know,
That's-
I mean, who's guarding the post? You know, there's nobody.
Uh-huh. Exactly. That's wild. So like that Ann Smith document, hers, she would say to do the administrative, that administrative thing where you have to send a second and a third notice. And I just saw, I took a picture of some lady that did a certificate of, a certified letter, on for the mail. And she did her red thumbprint and did a 2-cent stamp. And she said some stuff on, written on there. And then the way she did her address was a rural route. And it said without the United States. And she sent that for 2 cents. I was like, man, I would like to save myself some money, because I sent a lot for over $8 certified mail with a, signature.
Yep.
So I think if I do another one, I'm going to do it like her. So there's something to that post stuff.
Hang it. The certified mail is only like $5.
Yeah, but then when you also get the
And-
return signature card, the green card, that adds a little bit more, and mine end up to be like
That's registered.
$8.
Yeah, that's registered mail.
No.
That's something different. I think that's registered mail. I don't think that's certified.
No, see, I have them right here. See these signatures?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, them little slips.
Return.
You could do them yourself. I just
PS
grabbed the
form
stack from the post
3811.
office.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of these, and costs a moolah. It's like, this is probably $7, and then this
I
is
don't know what I did with them.
$1 something. But
Most of mine are like $5, but I didn't have it signed. I just I think the registered is when it's signed. This is just certified.
No, certified is this one. Whoa, where are we? And then this is the this one is the signature, so that you can put right here what you're sending to the person and who the person is, and then on this side you put your address, and it comes back to you, so that you know that they got their certified letter. And so it ends up to
I'm
be,
looking for my thing.
ends up to be
Can't
like,
find them.
but what I was saying is I took a snapshot of a lady who had sent something and she did a red thumbprint stamp where the stamp
Yeah.
used to be and a 2-cent stamp. And then she signed her name, Jeanette something or other. She signed her name. And then the way she had the address was like a rural route. And it was certified. She had the certified thing on it. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to do that the next time. But I have a feeling that you don't hand it to the post office guy. You stick it in the slot and you run. It's only 2 cents. It's not $8.
You
'Cause we're
know,
paying-
them
We're
guys-
paying for
them
services
guys,
at the other
them
side of the
guys
post
I'm a-
office. Because I tried to
Them
do
guys
something like that before at my
them guys on the list.
I tried doing that before at my regular mailbox thing. The mailman didn't pick it up twice. And I'm like, okay. So my other friend said, no, you got to stick it in one of those blue. I go, where are those blue things? Blue mailbox things. They don't have them anymore. So I ended up having to go to the post office and just stick it in, you know, in the slot. But don't give it to the thing. Let's see, is there any other codes that anybody would like to look at? I think we looked at 27 USC 7211, all crimes are commercial. And 25 USC, what was that, right of property? Yeah. Let's see, and then we looked at 12, and I think we looked at 28 USC. Let's see, this one's a popular one. Let's look up Title 18, you guys. Title 18, yeah, there we go. Boom, I already have it up there. 242, this is under the color of law, deprivation of rights. This one's a good one. Whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or to different punishments, pains, or penalties on account of such person being an alien. Hey, we are aliens because we are not part of the U.S., which is Washington, D.C., just so that you know. Or by reason of his color. Hey, that sounds like color of law. I saw something recently about color, and they're talking about black and white laws and stuff like that. And I go, oh, so it's really
I saw
not,
that too. I forgot where I saw it.
me too, I forgot, but it wasn't about people's skin color. It was, I don't know if it was about black and white paper. Could be, you know, like some of these
It was.
Some of these papers are in black and white right here. It could be about that. Color or race then are prescribed for the punishment of citizens. Then are prescribed for the punishment of citizens.
You know, I think they were saying it was about law, black and white.
What? Law?
About law.
What?
Mm.
About what?
About law being black and white. Law.
Oh, law. Okay.
L-A-W.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Sorry, I didn't understand your accent, or maybe the volume went down on the last thing and I didn't hear what you were saying.
I think your internet connection is fading in and out.
Oh, is it? Is my voice fading in and out?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
sucks. Okay, well, I guess.
I think that's why you're not hearing everything, I think.
Oh. Yeah, your voice is fading in and out for me, so we'll see what happens when we get the video. But anyway, so let me finish reading this here. It says, then are prescribed for the punishment of citizens shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include the use, attempted use, or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, hello, that happens all the time with, certain po-pos, explosives or fire shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or such acts include kidnapping, hey, that happens all the time with those cops, right? Or an attempt to kidnap,
Yeah.
aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. This doesn't ever seem to happen, because of all the things that I've seen in the news, I don't ever see, look at what happened to that one kid, that the one guy, the cop shot the boy, didn't seem like anything happened to that guy. I'm just saying, this is all deprivation of rights. I'm just wondering, do you think it's because they're corrupt? Like the judicial thing, because I'm sure that people complain about this kind of stuff. Maybe I'm sure there's case law that would prove otherwise, I don't know, some of the stuff that we see.
Jesse Smollett.
Exactly. Yeah. How do they get out of these things? Do they just stick their right hand inside their shirt like they're a Freemason? I've had that happen, where I've been in court and the other person literally asked to approach the bench, and he did that. I was like, wow, that's weird. And then after I went to school and went into criminology, it was interesting because I found out that that's a Freemasonic sign. It says, hey, we're in the Brotherhood. Help me, Mr. Judge. And then they make it go in their favor. It's weird. But it's kind of like baseball when they have their
I
little
saw
signs.
that.
You have to know. You have to be
I
able
saw
to.
that one you sent. It was long, but I watched it.
Are you talking about Professor Walter Vaith and how he was making the connections with the Freemasons and the Jesuits? Are you talking about that
He
video?
was talking about them, and then he was, and then the Bible.
Yes. How they changed it, the different versions. They've watered things down or taken things off, truncated.
But in that same one, he was talking about, when I was younger, I had a best friend, and he just retired. He was older than I was, and I used to fish with him all the time. And he was in World War II, and he was stationed in Germany. He was fighting on the Rhine River Bridge. But anyway, he always discussed that, and he was pissed off that the Rothschilds financed the wars. The one finances one side and the other one financed the. This guy told me this 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And then this guy just brought it up in his thing.
Oh, and you mean Professor Walter Vaith? That man does a lot of really good research. He literally goes to the countries, takes pictures of their churches or temples or land or, whatever statues and all that. And he does not put forth his ideas at all.
Yeah.
He just goes, look, isn't this interesting? This Roman Catholic Church is built on top of this old pagan something. And they kept the basement intact. So you could walk in to the Roman Catholic Church, go down into the basement, and you can still do your pagan rituals and stuff. He goes, isn't that amazing? Why would they do something like that? So I love watching Professor Walter Vaith. He's got some great videos on YouTube. Well, we have about 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and 56 minutes left. Hey, so I looked in my cabinet and I have this Bible trivia game, and I've been wanting to play it since we only have 2 minutes. Can we do something like, oh, look at this is a good one. Okay, so this is history and geography. Where is the black obelisk depicting Jehu's exploits currently kept? Well, I don't know that. The British Museum. Oh, of course. Of course it would be in the British Museum. Let me see. Let me look up another history and geography real quick. Oh, here's another one. What country in the Old Testament times was called Cush? Ethiopia. And let me see. Here's another one. What motto appears on American coinage? I think you might know this one. Anybody? In God we
There's
trust.
a whole bunch of them. On the coinage, no, maybe not on the coinage. On the dollar, there is a whole bunch of
This
them.
one says it on coinage. In God we
I-
trust. That's what it says. Let me see. Here's another one. Let me just look at another one here really quick. I've been wanting to play a game for so long, and this is Friday night, fun night. Might as well. How did God destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? With fire and brimstone. And that's from Genesis 19:24, 25. And let me see if there's another one here. History and geography. What town once destroyed in the Old Testament was within 7 miles of the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls? Jericho. Oh, well, that's good to know. Sometimes just, doing like a trivia type of game or something, it kind of just helps to, give you a little extra info. Well, it looks like my meeting has about a minute left, and I just want to thank you guys for coming on here. It's going to be a pretty random video, but at least we learned some things that we didn't know before, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming, and hopefully we'll get to meet again next Friday night, if not sooner. Feel free to give me a call, you guys.
Always,
And thank you for calling me and talking with me this week.
always a treat.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Omi.
I'll give you a call next. I emailed you too, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'm going to check that email. All right. Bye, you guys. Thank you.